Okay, again, I'm really honored to be able to talk about what I'm going to talk about with you right now. And we're going on a journey, so just hang on to your seats. We're going to go a little deep today. I'm going to be honest, we're going to go deep. We're going to hit some emotions. For me, mostly. Maybe you aren't going to feel anything from this, but I know I am. All right, so let's see. Oh, I did it. Okay, confidence. We talk about that C word a lot. A lot, right? Everybody knows. We talk about confidence all the time. And I liked Merriam-Webster's definition of this: a feeling or belief that you can do something well or succeed at something. That's a pretty good definition, right? Do you agree? Pretty good. I think there's a lot more to confidence. Do you agree? There's a lot more to confidence than just that. Confidence is kind of a mystery because, some days you feel it and some days you don't. Some days you think this woman over here has great confidence, and some days you think, well, what happened? She was really confident yesterday. What happened to her? And so we believe that confidence is a perception, and this graphic is going to get better, I promise. This graphic shows that confidence, and this is what we believe, is based on your thoughts, your appearance, and your actions. We have talked about confidence from the very beginning, and we've always kind of focused it on the appearance because we sold makeup, and even from our first event we went to, we noticed that a woman was transformed right in front of us because we put a flawless face on her, and she began to smile, she began to make eye contact, her posture was better, and she looked happy. And so we went back to the drawing board and we talked about that, and we said, she's confident. We're helping women feel confident about themselves. And we were doing it through makeup, and that's wonderful, and through a sweet family. And this business, since that day, since that time, has really been a journey for us. It's been a journey for us physically, for sure. We've put in a lot of long hours, as have you in your businesses today. It's been a journey for us mentally. We are not the same women that we were when we first started this company. We've grown in many ways, and some sizes too, but we've really grown as women. I do believe that. We've grown as women. And so, how do you grow? Well, you learn every step of the way in a journey that you take. And we didn't know that we were about to embark on this long journey that we're only 4 years into the making, and we've got a long way to go on this journey. And there's a lot that we don't know that we're going to learn, but I know where we are today, and I know where we were as women, the four of us, and we've grown a lot. As I'm sure you have in different areas of your life, and maybe since you joined Sweet Minerals, maybe you've grown because you are able to help other women feel confident, and you know what that does? You know what that does for yourself? You feel more confident when you help someone else feel more confident. You feel good about yourself. So, we've learned a lot. We've learned from each other as women in running a business. You just imagine, how do 4 women run a business, right? Most businesses are run by men. You know that, right? How do 4 women do it? Women, because we have these stereotypes around us. We've learned from each other. We've learned by having staff. We have an amazing staff, and we love them. We truly love them. I want to fill up now. It's like, wait a minute, stop. I can't do this right now. But we love them. We really do. And we appreciate everything. But we've learned from that because we're dealing with, having staff and having them be happy with what they're doing and believing in us. Because that's what you're all here, because you're believing in us. And that's what it comes down to. I believe that you love our products. I believe that you love our branding. Maybe you love their leader, but I know you're believing in us, and that means a whole lot to us. So we've learned from our staff, and most of all, we've learned from you, because yeah, just the camaraderie that we have as a sweet family is very different than other direct sales companies. I know that those of you in this room know that. Do you agree that you know that? There's a different feeling. I agree. That's plausible. It's a different feeling with Sweet Minerals than with other brands because we're so intimate. No. We are intimate, but it's a different feeling. So we've learned a lot, and we've learned mostly from you. Again, we're going deep here. So you're already deep with me. I can feel it. I can feel it in the room. You've taken your breath. You're like, I'm there. I get it. I get what you're talking about. I hope you do anyway. All right. And so women. So we're women, and we women face a lot of challenges. I'm just gonna get off track, so I've got to glance at my notes here. We face a lot of challenges. And I know many of you face a lot of challenges getting here today. And I'm giving you a round of applause for that, because you face challenges of financial challenges to be here, family challenges to be here, career challenges to be here. Maybe you have day jobs that you had to leave for a few days to come here. And we appreciate every bit of sacrifice that you made to be here. But we as women, and this is something I remember learning from my mom when I was very young, we face the challenge of equality in the world. We really do. We face it in the workplace, not at school. We face it in our families. We face it in society. I just remember my mom telling me, I don't know if that women's liberation thing was good or not, because now, as women, we have to be not just the mother, and we can nurse our babies, we feed them, we help them grow and get them to be independent people. That's take care of our husbands, take care of our house. We don't have to just do that anymore. What else do we have to do? We have to work, we have to bring in money, we have to have a career. We have to we have to do all these things that men did, years ago, and be sexy. It's so true. I mean, do you feel that? Do you feel that pressure? Because I know I feel it. I feel it every day with 3 children. I mean, and it's not that my husband does that, but it's society that puts that on us. It puts that overbearing weight on us as women. And we get, I think it's hard for us to decide, what fire to put out first, or where do I focus? How do I focus? Do I focus on my family, but then we don't have enough money to pay the mortgage? Do I focus on my husband? Well, then my kids are getting neglected because I'm not doing, activities with them to help them learn. We have those choices to make every day, and I believe that everyone in this room does the best that they can do in making those choices, because we have to. We do the best that we know how to do, but we have a heavy weight on our shoulders as women. So in addition to equality in society, being the best mothers, being the best wives, being the best friend, when a friend is in need and she needs to talk, we're there for her. We're breadwinners. We are caregivers. What else do we do? We do all kinds of things. Nurses. So what somebody said? Nurses. We're nurses. We put Band-Aids on. We kiss boo-boos. We have to build confidence in our families. Not just in other women by helping them feel better about themselves, but our families. We have to help our children with confidence, because they don't have confidence. Who are they going to be when they grow up if they can't have it instilled? So we have to be the strongest person in our household, whether our husbands realize it or not. We have to be really strong, stronger than anybody knows. I can look at you and see that each of you are a strong woman, but you're stronger than I can see, and you're stronger than the person sitting next to you can see, because you have to be for your family. And it's not a bad thing. It's just what we face. It's what we face as women. So in addition to all that our challenges, we face the challenge of our self-image, right? When we look in the mirror, what do we think about ourselves today? Because it can change daily, right? 2 days ago, I didn't feel so good about myself because, maybe my roots needed to be done. I don't know. My toes looked a mess, but today they look good, so I feel good about that. And again, no vomit, so it's a good day. So we face that challenge. How do we look? How do we feel about ourselves? Are we looking good? Are we feeling good about ourselves? Did we do the right things today to make the people happy around us so that we feel good? But worst of all, and this is what's scary, and this is what hits home, I think, for me. Worse than the challenge of our own self-image, we face the challenge of other women, right? Okay? It's ridiculous. It's crazy, but it's real. It's very real. So I ask you this. What if there's a world where we as women truly supported each other? And where we didn't judge each other? Because I know that many of you in this room have done it because I've done it. I've done it and I couldn't help it. Why did I do it? I don't think, men don't do that. Men don't do that the way that we do it. We judge each other. We judge our closest friends. We make, ideas about them in our head that they are, or we put them down in our head to make ourselves feel better sometimes. We do it. And I admit it. I know I've done it. But what if there's a world where that didn't happen? What if we were never jealous of each other at all, or your closest friends? What if you weren't jealous of your friend for getting that $1 million home that she's been saving for, and that property that she wanted with the big pool? Okay, what if you could just feel joy for her, and you didn't have any jealous pangs? Because that's an emotion. It's a pain. Do you know what jealousy feels like? Do you guys? If you think about it, if you think of, okay, I'm jealous of this. When you think about it, it hurts. It's like a stab of pain in your gut. But what if we didn't feel jealousy? Or what if we chose not to feel jealous of other women for being taller or thinner, or having prettier hair, or beautiful eyelashes, or whatever it is? Because has anybody done it? Has anybody felt jealous of another woman before? Raise your hands if you have. Yep, I have. So what if we didn't feel that jealousy? And what if we didn't judge other women? Okay, so what if there was a world where I could not worry about being judged by wearing a skirt because I have scars up and down my legs from having surgery? What if? Or what if we didn't judge each other for things like pictures, where I avoid having full-length pictures because I have a lift on my shoe? What if I didn't feel like that? I'm trying not to get emotional here, but it's true. But what if? Those are the things that get me. I don't stress about it all the time, but it's the thing that I worry about being judged for. Do you have something that makes you feel like that? Anybody in this room? Do you hide something so that you don't get judged for it, especially by other women? Is there something? Raise your hands. Do you have something that you can think of right now that you hide because you don't want another woman to make you feel less than her? So what if we weren't afraid to show who we truly were, inside and out? I'm talking about something physical, but it's not always something physical. Sometimes it's emotions that you try to hide. And I'm not very good at hiding mine. Sometimes, it's a family issue. Maybe we've had, something that people would consider awful happen to us, and we hide it. A husband cheats on you, and you hide it. Or your child did something terrible, and you hide it. There's so many things that we hide for fear of being judged. And it's not just by society, but it's mostly from other women, the other, our friends. We hide those things from our friends, especially. So what if instead of judging, what if we only saw the strengths in other women and in our closest friends and every woman? What if we looked at a woman instead of saying, I'm looking at Heather, she's beautiful. She's got beautiful hair, got great boobs. She's adorable, and I love her. And what if you didn't feel like, oh, I wish I could look like Heather? What if you didn't feel like that? Okay? Or what if you could just say, well, no, that's fine. To say, I wish I could look like that, that's fine. But instead of saying, oh, she looks like a bitch because she's so pretty. Okay? I'm sorry to say that. I don't mean to offend. But we've done it. I've done it. Somebody say they look bitchy because they're beautiful when they really don't. We're judging them. I've done it. I'm not pointing the finger at you, but I've done it. What if we could say, Heather is gorgeous. I would love to look like her. She works hard to look that good. She's in the gym 4 days a week or 5 days a week. She's beautiful. She takes care of herself. She spends time to do those things. And I admire her for that. What if we could just do that? So what if together we as women could do that, and we could help other women do that, and we could change the world, right? We could do that. Could you do that? Could you guys do that? Okay, so I'm backtracking a little. So, Sweet Minerals. I'll put my Sweet Minerals back on the slide here. Sweet Minerals. Sweet. We started this brand as a brand of products that were sweet to your skin because of the ingredients. They were sweet to your body because nothing harmful was going to get into your bloodstream. But it's become so much more than that over these last 4 years. It's become a way of life. A way of life for us. Our lives have changed. Maybe your lives have changed too. The time is now. The time now is now for us. The time's come to make Sweet the brand it really is, the brand that you made it, the brand that we've grown with, and that each of you represent and aspire to be. The time has come for the sweet life. So now I want to tell you a story about how we're here right now and what this means. I need to tell you what that means. So in the beginning, as we talked about at our very first event, we knew right then and there this was our mission of confidence. And I remember, that was an event. We did trade shows that whole first year. We put makeup on so many women, sweaty, oh my gosh, I tell you. We would do outdoor events. Have any of you done outdoor events? All right, well, there's nothing sexy about a woman just sweating and you're trying to put makeup on her, okay? There's not. And the makeup looked great though afterwards because it would stay. Like after all that, we'd go to wine festivals and do it, which let me tell you, that was a lot of fun for us because we just had to keep drinking to keep working. Anyway, so we did a lot of trade shows and
a lot of drinking.
We brought a lot of confidence to women that first year. And then in January of 2012, we had our very first sponsoring event. And I believe there were about 25 women in the room, maybe 20. It was small. And 14 of them that day decided to jump on this dream with us and see where it was going to take them. And I remember driving home from that event with my mom because, we are hands-on company. I'm hoping that next year we'll be a little less hands-on and not have to be taping down things and sweating so much before we have to get up on stage. I'm just going to be honest. So we're hands-on, and we were driving home because we had the minivan loaded, as we always do. And everybody, some of you know, you've seen her minivan, my mom's minivan, Bonnie. It's loaded. We did all kinds of events. We packed that thing up, and we're ready to go. We've got makeup, tables, tablecloths, brushes. We're good. So we're driving home from that event together. I remember saying to my mom, and sometimes you don't even realize who you are until something. It just happens. This idea just comes to you, and you realize this is a culmination of who you are. And I realized that day, and I had no idea about the future, no clue at all. Just that this is it. This is it. This is how we're gonna help women feel great about themselves. This is how I'm gonna be able to, as a person, teach and help women feel the way my mom has taught me to feel about myself and to feel about other women. Because I can't tell you how many women I've met and you've met that are in real need of confidence. Sometimes you can see it on their face that they don't have confidence, or the way they walk, or the way they talk. You can see it. And I didn't realize that that's what I wanted to do. I had no idea until after that day, and I realized this was how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna be able to share this with other women, share the confidence that you've given me since I was little, from having surgeries and feeling sorry for myself, and my mom always telling me, you know what, there's always someone worse off than you. So you can't ever feel sorry for yourself, because there's always someone with a worse situation than you. And I knew that was it. I never ever decided to feel sorry for myself after that. So that was the day. That ride home was a big deal. We didn't know how we were going to do it, but we knew it. And the four of us, we all shared that value. And we almost didn't, it's not like you get together and say, I'm talking to Elena, I'm talking to Sarah, and, we share these values, this, and this. Let's list them. This is what we share. You don't do that. But you realize it over time when you get to know that person, that you share those values, and that's why you connect the way you do, and that's why you want to make the change that you want to make. Sometimes you don't know how to do it, and we didn't. But we do now. We know how. And so we've always known this, that confidence is more than appearance. But that's what we were selling. We were not selling. That's what we were sharing. It was the appearance of confidence. But confidence is so much more than that. Confidence depends on up here. It depends on how you think, what you tell yourself, your inner talk. Because I'm telling you, we talk terrible to ourselves. We wouldn't let anybody talk about our husbands or our children like that, and our husbands or children wouldn't let anybody talk about us that way either, because we are terrible of ourselves. And I know many times I caught myself saying things, and I in my head, and realized I'm going to say this, and guess what happens when you keep saying something over and over in your head? It becomes real. It's true. It is self-fulfilling prophecy. When you tell yourself something over and over again, you just start to live it that way. I am not going to be successful. I'm not going to be successful. This business is going to fail. If I told myself that every day, we wouldn't be here today. So I have to tell myself, this business is successful. We are making a difference, and we are going to be hugely successful, and so is everyone in this room and our entire sweet family. Talk positively to ourselves. And confidence, it's all part of confidence. Our thoughts are part of confidence. I don't know how my time is. I should probably check because I'm going on. Okay, we're good. So, it's more than appearance. It's more than our thoughts. It's our actions. It's our actions. And it's how we treat others. It's how we treat ourselves, first off. It's how we treat our families, our friends, and it's how we treat other women. And what we do, how we choose to live. That also has an effect on our confidence. So confidence is multifaceted. There's just more to it than a definition from Merriam-Webster. That's what I believe. That's what we believe. Now, I'm going to tell you another story, how we've gotten here today. This is a journey. You're taking this with me. Nobody's left the room yet, or got up and walked away, so I think you're there with me. I'm going to tell you something raw and honest, and I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to share it. And my partners, my business partners, Heather and Shelly and Chrissy, they know what I'm going to say, and they're okay with it because it's a big deal to us. So here we are as a company, leading this company, sharing confidence. But because confidence is more than appearance, it's more than our thoughts, it's our actions, we weren't living that way. We weren't living that. We were not living confident thoughts. We were not living confident actions. And I'm ashamed to say this, but it's true. Our actions towards each other were not very good. They were not very good. Now, we've been together for 4 years. 4 years is a long time in any relationship, and we have a relationship, the four of us. We really do. We've become like sisters. And who has a sister in this room? Anybody have sisters in this room? I don't. What's that?
Closer than that.
Closer than sisters. Okay. Sisters fight, they argue, they still love each other. Sisters love each other. But they can be jealous of each other. Sisters can be. They shouldn't be. You know, you say you shouldn't be jealous of your sister, but sometimes it happens. And you can't help that emotion because you don't know how to combat it. You don't have the tools to not feel that pang of jealousy, even against your sister. So we are much like sisters. And we were at a real low point, and a very low point, a point where we almost said, we can't do this anymore together. We need to break up. There was that point. We were talking about each other behind our backs, and we said right from the beginning, we would never do that. We said we're not going to do it. We did it. We did it. We talked about each other to the others. We said it in front of our staff. It's terrible. It's embarrassing, but it's the truth, and I'm being honest with you. And it got ugly. And even though we respected the other person, we weren't showing them that respect. We weren't showing each other a lot of respect. Even though we felt love for them, we weren't showing them love. And we were at a low. And, you know, a business can do that to you. There's a lot that goes into a business. And, you know, decisions that need to be made, financial decisions that need to be made. You know, even when a marriage, you don't always agree. So there's a lot of disagreements, but you learn to work through them and you learn to move on because you love that person. And we do. We love each other, the four of us. We really do. And this low almost broke us apart. And then I believe that everything that has happened in this business has been a gift from above. Okay? I truly believe that, and the four of us each believe that. And so we had a sign, a true sign. We had a sign. Now this sign we've seen many times, but until he placed it in front of us, we didn't know it was a sign for us. And I'm going to tell you what it is. How many of you have seen the Salt Life stickers, or maybe have one on your vehicle? Does anybody know what Salt Life is? Yeah, it's a way of life, right? So you want to do your water sports, you want to fish, you want to, kayak or whatever you do. It's a way of life, Salt Life. And all the years I've been seeing those, which is not that many, probably 2 years, I thought, oh, Sweet Life. We have a Sweet Life. We should have stickers like that. And so I was driving down the road and saw the Sweet Life sticker, the Salt Life sticker. And this was at our low. This was at, I don't know, I can't respond to them about what's going to happen next because I know in my gut we need to be together because we're on a mission here. We're on a crusade. We've got this amazing, we've got something amazing and magical here as a business. This can't end like this. And there was a sign, a Salt Lake sticker. But this time, this time when I read that Salt Life sticker, it kicked off the brainstorm of activity that I had to immediately take back to Heather and to Shelly and Chrissy, and we talked. And we realized that we needed to make some changes. And if we really stood by our values as women, the values that we started this company with, if we stood by those values, we could get through this together. And we did. We did. We put our values together, and we stood by them, and we talked about our differences, and we talked it out, and we resolved them. We resolved them. And I'm not talking about we resolve them today to be broken up tomorrow. Not that kind of resolve. We went back to our value system, and we're standing behind it. And every day we try to live by those values that we trust, that we know are what we want for us, for our children, for other women. And it's made us closer than ever. And so something came out of it. Something amazing came out of it, because if we could live by this set of values and work together and build this business and grow this business and share, we share a lot of things. We really do. We're very, very close. If we could do that and stop judging other women and stop judging each other, because that's what we were doing. We were judging each other. If we could do that, we can share this. We can share this. We can make change, not for only us, but for other women just like us. And so then came the code. Now we're going to hand out this to you, so you have it in front of you. This is really small on the screen. But I'm going to start reading it. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Now, those of you that were at the home office have seen this kind of thing, right? Did you see this on the walls at our office? Took pictures of it. I saw you taking pictures of it. And I thought, this is us. This is who we are. This is who this foursome is. And it's not just us, because we shared this with our staff. We shared it with our families. We're living this. We are living this to the best that we can be, because we're human and we're not perfect. And it's okay. It's okay to not be perfect. But if we can change through this code of confidence that we share, we can help other women change and feel that same confidence that we do. So it's very small on the screen, but I'm going to read it, okay? All right, so some of you have seen these at the office, and you maybe saw the header. So number 1, probably the most important number on the Sweet Life Code. I think positive. I am thankful, and I have faith. Now, what did you notice about that? We're not telling you to do it, because nobody can tell you what to do. You're not going to tell me what to do. But I can tell me what to do, and I can read this to myself, and guess what happens when I read this to myself? If I start saying this to myself instead of I hate, or I'm jealous, or I don't like, guess what happens? I do think positive, and I am thankful, and I have faith. Yes.
Roll the opposite way.
Okay, all right, so housekeeping. Roll your cardstock the opposite way, and it won't roll up on your table. We wanted to make them awfully cute for you. Do you think they were cute?
Yes.
They were, okay, good. All right. I'm so glad you liked them. Now, studies have shown, talking about number 1, studies have shown that being grateful can increase your long-term well-being and happiness by 10%. I don't know how they calculate that, but I think that's an interesting statistic. You know what else can increase your happiness and your long-term well-being by 10%? Doubling your income. True. So all we have to do, we don't need to double our income. All we have to do is think positive. We're going to feel just as good as those people that are making twice as much as us. Oh. We could all use a little more positivity. Right. So, right? All right, so number 2, I dream big. I believe and pray. I take action and achieve my goals. Don't we all want to say that? I take action and achieve my goals. And you can tell yourself that. You can. And if you do, it will happen. It will happen. I have a quick story on that, and this is kind of going back to number 1. I'm driving here today, and I said, I'm going to look at my notes. Just before I go into the office, I made a post on Facebook this morning about arriving at HQ, and I was sitting out in the car, and I'm going to make the post, and then I'm going to look through my notes. And I am, what if I forget this and leave this in the car? What if I leave my notes in the car and forget to take them to the hotel? What if I do that? Oh no, I might do that. I might lose my notes. Well, wouldn't you know, as everybody's wrapping up and hopping on the bus, why was Candace delayed getting on the bus? Because she lost her notes. So I backtracked and ended up finding them, but I told myself I was going to lose my notes, and I did. So if you want to do something, just tell yourself you can do it. Okay, so number 3. This is a big deal to me. Number 3 is the one that hangs me the most. I am not envious. I admire and aspire. And I'm going to tell you a personal story about this. When I turned 30, I'm going to be 40 next year. When I turned 30, I was at the gym, which I was going to the gym a little more then, which was nice. But I was walking on the treadmill, picked up a magazine, and started reading it. And it just happened to open to a page. Didn't know that page would change my life, but it did. I'm reading this article about how women, and we talked about this, how women feel jealousy over their friends in their inner circle the most. They're most jealous of the people that closely surround them. And I thought about it for a minute. And up to that point, I had a lot of jealousy in me. I really did. I was jealous of my closest friends because she was built better than I was, or her hair, I liked her hair, or her nails. Like, silly, right? Her nails always looked better than mine. So I was jealous of her. And that jealousy it wasn't just, oh, I like her nails better than mine. It was like, I really like her nails better than mine. She has better nails than mine. Therefore, I don't like her as much. That's what would happen. And these are my close friends. It's true. I'm going to admit that. And so I read that article, and it said, if women could only admire their friends instead of feeling jealous of them, life would be amazing. The world would be different. And I vowed to myself that day, I changed my way of thinking that very day and said, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm not going to feel jealous of my best friend. I'm going to admire her for her strengths. And if I like those strengths, then I'm going to try my best to achieve those strengths and have them for myself also, instead of just feeling jealous. And that's what I did. And I'm going to be honest with you, since that day, I have not been jealous of another woman, another friend, anybody on TV, anybody who has more than me, more money, more beautiful home, better children that behave. Never felt jealous of it. If they have those things and I want them, I'm going to admire them. I'm going to compliment them for having them, and I'm going to try to achieve them myself if I want that. If I want that as part of who I am and who my best self is, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to be the best self that we can be. And you don't just reach that. You don't say, okay, next May I'm going to be the best self I can be. It doesn't happen that way. It's a lifelong journey. And as women, as men, we're continually growing. Once our basic needs are met, based on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I don't know if you know that, but they teach that to you in psychology class. You got your food, you got your water, you got your sex, because that's part of it. Those are basic needs. You have shelter. Then what's next? Well, we got all these things covered. What do we do next? Well, we're going to better ourselves. We're going to keep improving, and that's what we do. And at one point, as we mature, we decide we want to give back, and we want to share what we've learned. And maybe I'm there, I'm still growing, and I want to share what I've learned, and that has made us better women. So that's my jealousy story. Now, I've got a story for everything, but I'm not going to bore you with those, because I know that you each have a story to go along with these numbers too. It's not just me. You each have a story too. So, number 4. Let's go through these. I do not judge, nor criticize, nor gossip. What if? Right? Back to the what ifs. What if we didn't do that? What would the world be like? I'd wear my skirt, okay? I'd wear a skirt. I'd take lots of pictures. Number 5, I forgive and let it go. Probably the most difficult on the list, forgiveness. The most difficult, but probably the most valuable to your well-being is forgiveness. And nobody can tell you to do it. Nobody can help you do it. You've got to do it all on your own. And until you can do that for yourself, you'll feel anger towards whatever it is. It could be anything. Number 6, I learn and I lead. As women, especially in our industry, this is so important. And I'm not talking about just career here, but it's so important for women in our industry to be this way in direct selling, because direct selling is an enormous way to teach, because you get to decide what company you want to work for. You get to decide what company's values do I share? What product do I like? And you take that as your own, and then you have the ability to teach others what you've learned. And it's not just about direct selling. Sometimes it's about life. Sometimes it's just about life. And that's a big thing. When I started in direct sales, I was so afraid to talk in front of people. Right. I was afraid. I mean, I would get up there, I'd shake, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to talk to anybody. If I crossed somebody or passed somebody, I'd look down, because I didn't want to make eye contact with them. And direct selling taught me that, 20 years ago. I didn't want to say that, but it's true. Back when I did Mary Kay, because I was able to share something and help someone feel good about their skin and about their self, and it made me feel good, and I was able to get the confidence to talk to people. Number 7, I listen, I serve, and support, and I compromise. That's a big value for us back at HQ, right? That's a big value. I compromise. Number 8, I am confident. I share confidence, and I compliment others often. Yes, yes, yes. Number 9, I live and love with passion. Because if not, why? Why, right? If you don't do that, then why are you doing it? And number 10, I am kind, courageous, I laugh a lot, and we laugh a lot. Sometimes the humor turns potty, but we laugh a lot. No, not sometimes, always. It always turns potty, okay? And that's the honest truth. Thank goodness that you don't listen in with a little speaker from afar into our office, because we are potty a lot. Okay. Now, I could give you more statistics to support these values that we share, but there are too many to list. If you Google statistics, because I wanted to have some real data here to back it up, I did. I even asked Stacy, who's a psychology major, I said, help me, I need statistics here. These women need statistics. You don't need statistics. because you know it, and it's out there. And if you want to Google it because you're just unsure about what I'm saying right now, go ahead. I trust that you'll find the right information. So anyway, let's come back around. I don't know what my next slide is. I know what my next slide is. Here we go. So now backtracking to Sweet Minerals. Sweet Minerals is not going away. Sweet Minerals is our star makeup brand. And it's opened the door to meeting new women. Everyone in this room, it's opened that door to you. And you have customers and teams that you've opened the door with Sweet Minerals. But we want to widen your range. We want to open new doors for you. We want to help you open those new doors. And we're going to do it with the Sweet Life. So, you're going to notice, as you've already noticed, a shift in branding. What do you think of her? She is our Caped Crusader. She is a superhero. She is me. She is you. She is all of us in this room. Now, this Sweet Life hero, she doesn't have a specific shape, although she's pretty darn sexy in this picture, okay? But she doesn't have a specific shape. She is thin. She has big boobs. She is fat. She is flat-chested. I don't know, maybe. She has brown hair. She has blonde hair. Maybe when she turns sideways, she's carrying a baby bump. You don't know, right? You can't tell. She could be black. She could be white. She could be Asian. She could be 90, but looks good for 90. She could be 18. Probably more like a no. She could be 18. But when we live this sweet life, when she lives the sweet life, this woman, that is all of us, she is the most beautiful and the most confident woman in the world. Now we have a special gift for you today to help you feel like a superhero. And we're going to hand those out now. Did you see that? I did that backwards. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I fretted this moment. I thought, well, how am I going to put it on? How am I going to make this look flawless? It's not going to happen. This is going to be really awkward, so just bear with me. Be positive. I'm confident. I can do this. I can get this cape on successfully, and I will do it. Right? Thank you. Wardrobe, Elena. Now you'll notice some pins in there. You can wear it around your neck, or you can pin it to your blouse. If you're really tall, that might work. But I'm going to give you a word of warning. When you go to the bathroom, you're going to need to pull it up. Because if I see any of you with a wet cape bottom, I'm going to know. So I encourage you, oh gosh, I've got to take a picture. I'm going to take a picture from the stage. Oh, I love it. All right. Okay. I'm going to get the left side of the room first, and then I will take the right side. Okay, no, take your time. See, you're having wardrobe malfunction also. Here, come here to help. Okay, now if you'll notice, we have one queen of bling in the room.
I had a hard time because I have all boys and I didn't want to go superhero.
Okay, repeat after me, ladies. Number 3, I am not envious. I admire and aspire.
Well, I think you look amazing. I think you look beautiful. How do you feel? Confident. Okay, now that we can fly, now together, with our capes on or off, we, in this room, we as a sweet family, oh, turn your mic off, Shelley.
Come on, he's clapping in the wind. That's what we do.
I thought it was me. I thought, wow, this cape gave me a lot of acoustics. That's my superior power. I can magnify sound. Okay, together with us in this room, our Sweet Life family, we are on a crusade, a confidence crusade. We can improve together. We can improve the way a woman feels about herself. Together, we can improve the way a woman feels about her appearance. We can improve the way women treat each other. We can do that, right? This super heroic Sweet Life family can change the world.